Today we're going to install some latch lights, taking out the reflectors. The first step is removing the saddlebags. My saddlebags have two screws. Some have little latch pins. Mine actually has two screw-on bolts. The next step is to remove the bracket that holds on the saddlebag, which also holds down the strap that goes across for the seat. Once I remove that bolt, I'm going to put the bolt back into the hole without the strap for the seat. That way we don't lose it and we'll know where it's at. We're going to pull out the backrest, throw it in the saddlebag. The next step is there's a Phillips screw on the back piece that sticks out of the back of the seat that holds the back of the seat down. We're going to remove that screw. And usually when I remove that screw and I remove the seat, I put those screw back in the hole. So when we go to reinstall the seat, we'll know where that's at. As you can see, the next step is the wiring. I'm going to go ahead. It's a plug-and-play system, which is actually fairly easy. You just unplug the lights, plug in. I'm having a little trouble here with one hand doing this, but you're going to plug in the pigtail between the two, and it'll basically be in between the two lights. That pigtail has the little two wires with the white ends that come off of that. There will be another set of wires that attach to those white ends that run out both sides that will connect the wires to the saddlebag. It's fairly easy wiring setup, no clipping, no soldering. So now the first step we're going to do is we're going to get this reflector to come out. You have to be very careful. I'm trying to be very careful because I want to save those reflectors in case you ever need them down the road. There's no sense in breaking them. They're actual Harley reflectors. And as you can see, you just peel very lightly. The tape will eventually come loose. I'm using two screwdrivers. Now all the stuff that's left behind has to be cleaned off. What I used is goo off, and I left it set. I soaked it down with the goo off, left it set, and then I left it set for the entire first half of a college football game. Went out there and scraped it, and it just peeled right off. Then I cleaned it with Windex to make sure that was clean. And now what I'm doing, they give you a little strip that you can set on that tells you where the hole is that you need to drill. And now you're going to drill the hole through that so that the wire can be fed through. This is the second bike that I've done this to. Different set of saddlebags. I have the 2014 Street Glide Special. The saddlebags, as you know, are a little different. They open differently, but I wanted a set of lights on this because when you're riding to work and it's dark, these will help you be seen. And basically what I'm doing there is wiping down with alcohol. You want to take an alcohol strip. They actually provide one for you. I already had one. Wiped it down real good to get all the residue off. Now we're going to test fit the lights, run the wire through the drilled hole, make sure everything lines up right. And these lights come with tape on the back, so literally all they are is peel and push down. They're pretty strong tape. On my other bike, I put it on years ago and had no issues with it. I ordered these off of JMP Cycles. I liked them so much on the other bike that I actually went and bought another pair. Basically, once I get them on there, I'll press down to make sure they're firm. Just give them an extra press. So now what we're going to do is you're going to drill the hole on the other side of the saddlebag. That hole will be where the wire feeds through to go to the bike. They do provide a grommet for that. Recommend that you use, just like on the front, if I didn't mention it already, on the front you want to start with a smaller drill bit and then work your way up to the size of the drill bit you need. I believe on this one the final one's like a 9/16. So I started with we're putting tape down so you don't crack anything or scratch anything. on the saddlebag. But you start with a small drill bit, start the hole, and then you can go back and either keep going bigger until you get to the 9/16, or once you drill the small hole, you can go in with the 9/16 and make that hole. So here what I'm doing is I'm feeding the wires through the grommet, and then I fed the wire outside. Inside they give you these little things, little brackets, basically two-faced with the tape on the other end. You set up the brackets, run the zip ties through those. What I like to do is go behind and put black tape. If you have a black saddlebag, put black tape over the wires. This particular bike, actually, I have a liner for it, but I like to put the tape on the wire so when you're taking stuff in and out, you don't accidentally hit that wiring. As you can see, the wire sticking out through the grommet. So now those three ends you're going to put into a plug, and in the directions it gives you, it tells you exactly which color goes into which hole. On this particular model, it doesn't look like it has the turn signals. On the other bike I have, it actually operates the turn signal too on the side. On this particular one, it's just a running light and a brake light. So in that, you'll only have 3 wires. The end hole will be empty. Still fairly easy. They pop right in. You can see on the very end of the plug, when you're doing it, you can see where the plug in comes all the way out, right up against the end of that plug. So if you don't see the silver shiny part of the end of the plug in there, you need to push that plug from behind a little bit more. So here I'm just putting that little red gasket back on and fixing that because that came off. The kit pretty much has everything you need. The only thing you're going to need is a drill bit and a drill. And there you go. Running lights, brake lights. You'll be seen at night.